decisions, possible alternatives, and critical research. These instances are very few, but documented for the reader's further exploration. There are many questions still to be asked about the Pilgrims, and many moral dilemmas to be waged. From past experience when writing about history, I am often asked for my opinion on controversial questions or characters. Throughout the content of this book, I do all I can to leave out my perspective. I prefer to let the characters speak for themselves and allow readers to craft their own conclusions. Preface. Why are we here, and where did we come from? Since the dawn of humankind, we have asked ourselves these important questions. Every faith, culture, and philosophy has crafted an answer, or a set of answers, to explain human existence. Our pluralistic world has come to exist with several, often competing explanations. Billions of faithful believers find their answers in Scripture, with interpretations sometimes leaving us at odds. Various Eastern religious traditions have conceived of a circular vortex of life through hierarchy and virtue, while animistic cultures have found answers in nature, ancestry, and story. Even today's most intelligent thinkers continue to wrestle with these questions, including theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking, who points to spontaneous creation. Despite their breadth, these inquiries continue to be the more curious questions of our time. The History Channel can draw record audiences by asking whether Jesus truly existed. Hawking can sell out auditoriums for his lectures, and an article on science increasingly proving the existence of God can set a Wall Street Journal reading record. The struggle to answer the macro-scale "why does life exist" query is mirrored by intimations in more grounded puzzles. Why do I live in this state or in this town? Why do I belong to this church? What is my place in this community? The nation about whose founding this book is written regularly asks itself a similar set of questions. Why does America exist? What should we value? What is our role in the world? As I read this book, the people of the United States are asking themselves if America is exceptional, as we have many times told ourselves. We are deciding whether cultures, races, and religions can ever truly coexist here in this 200-year-old experiment. For some, this melting pot has begun to feel full. A national debate has arisen over whether our nation should continue to serve as a refuge for the world's oppressed, abandoned, and disenfranchised. This book seeks to shed light on this question. This is an attempt to paint a portrait of one of the most foundational stories for our country, the groundwork on which much of our culture and history are built, and a story that we recognize nationally every November. Indeed, this is a time when our nation is wrestling with pluralism. We face deep-seated racial tension in our streets and entrenched political battles at our polls. We are testing identity questions in our bathrooms and religious questions in courtrooms. We are asking whether America is a Christian nation and to what extent we should tolerate contradictory ideas. These are debates that rage in our media and over dinner. Perhaps now, at an inflection point in our nation's history, is a time to revisit the Pilgrim quest. For the Pilgrims, religious toleration was their beacon, their North Star. They pursued it relentlessly and took on one of history's most daring escapes. Their story is also paradoxical. While they craved freedom of worship, they abhorred anyone who brought a different brand of religion to New Plymouth. Their lighthouse became a blinding light, and eventually their undoing. The latter part of this story, their undoing, has received little attention. We tell stories as we want them to be, and modernly the Pilgrim story has swirled in legend.